Man, it's absolutely glorious to see the amount of detail with the Monster Hunter World logo on this flag here, waving in the wind. What is up, people? It is me, Monster15, and welcome back to another episode of Monster Hunter World. Previously, we ended up taking on a ton of Barroth to get both the Barroth armor as well as this Barroth greatsword, as you can currently see, and we captured a lot of them to do that. In addition, we ended up investigating one of these scholars who unfortunately got separated, and we ended up seeing a very much impaled and dead Barroth where he was next to, seemingly implying that there was something else that ended up killing it other than the Gyarados that we ended up taking on at the end of that episode. And so in this part, we were alerted to our next objective being an Anjanath sighting. We have to take care of that, but first, the Chief Botanist wanted to talk to us, so let's speak to him. Oh my, Anjanath is one nasty monster. You better make sure you go in doubly prepared. Now, down to business. The reason I called you over is we're having a slight problem here in botanical research and we need your skills dealing with it. You see, we're trying to develop some tools, specialized tools for hunters to be exact, something we'd like to make standard issue. But the Tobi-Kadachi in the forest has been thwarting all our attempts to collect the materials we need. Do take care of it, won't you? Here, take this. This is the first tool we've managed to complete. I hope you find it useful. There's more where that came from. But only if you take care of our little problem. Thank you, and good luck. The Gilly Mantle. So, this introduces... So, this introduces something I've been implying...
Our next assignment is to hunt a Tobi-Kadachi. We should be able to find it in the ancient forest.
So this is something that we've been implying, and I've been implying in the past few episodes, is the addition of another piece of equipment, specifically called mantles. When it comes to mantles, let's go deposit all these first, so we can get some... get all those items deposited. Essentially, mantles are sets of other pieces of equipment, essentially, and these pieces of equipment are accessories, essentially. And what the Gilly Mantle does as a mantle is you throw it on, very much like in the middle of battle, and essentially this will keep you camouflaged. So if you're trying to sneak past a monster, you usually throw this on before you get in a fight with it so you can sneak past it. Or if you're trying to, let's say, carry items past monsters, you don't want monsters to see you. Excuse me. This is a perfect way to do that. Now, there are many different mantles throughout the game, and I'll definitely be talking about how to get each and every one of these mantles. And in addition, I will be trying my best to see if I can show you how to upgrade all of them eventually. And you'll see what I mean as we get into the way later stages into the game. But before we go hunt the Tobi-Kadachi, there's two things we need to take care of. First off, I just want to show off that whenever you capture a monster, it will appear here on this little raft here, which I think is really cool. Another thing that I'd like to point out is Elder Dragons like Zora Magdaros, even despite his size, regardless of whether he was the size of more of an average size monster, they're uncapturable. Elder Dragons, as you will find out, are uncapturable, and the only thing you can do is actually kill them. But yeah, all the monsters that you capture will appear here, and I think it's a very cool little detail. But the other thing we're going to actually do here, funnily enough, is actually go hunt some Gyarados, because funnily enough, you'll find out that the Tobi-Kadachi is actually weak to water weapons, and so the Gyarados ends up making water weapons. So let's see if there's any investigations that we can take on, or if there aren't any, we can see if there's Barroth. No, so we'll go have to do the optional quest for Gyarados, because remember, as you beat monsters in the main storyline, you get optional quests of those monsters that you just beat. So we do have a Gyarados one here, and so I will cut to the killings of this guy, maybe capturings if I end up getting investigations, and I will be back once I have created the weapon that I want to bring to the Tobi-Kadachi fight. So I'll see you guys in just a second here. Alrighty folks, we have collected the required materials, and so right now we're going to make a... we're going to go ahead and actually use the Charge Blade for the first time, my favorite weapon in the game. We're going to upgrade this guy, and then we're also going to, we're not going to equip it quite yet, and then we are going to get the Mudslide Blade. This has water element on it, which obviously, as I mentioned before, will be useful against the Tobi-Kadachi. However, we're not going to quite equip it because I was just thinking of something, and unfortunately we're not going to get quite into the Tobi-Kadachi quest quite right now. We will in this episode. I just want to show off one thing that I'd like to explain because this will be important going forward. So I gotta do something to drag a fight out so I can see if I can actually get this thing to happen. I mentioned it in the previous episode, so I hope you guys can bear with me here, but I promise this will be cool to see. So just hold on for a second. I will be back. mud. Alrighty, folks, I think we have the perfect conditions for what I want to show. So, guys, welcome to a turf war. Now, to explain turf wars, since we finally have seen one, they're quite simple. Monsters have certain interactions when they encounter another monster while you're in combat, with, I believe, at least one of them. So, like, if you have to be at least in combat with one, or if not both of them, but I think it is both of them. If these monsters have a turf war, they will engage each other in what you saw in this live action cutscene fight, where one monster may do significant damage to the other, or both will do significant damage to each other. These can be interrupted, but on very rare circumstances where a monster may get knocked around, they may get blinded or slept during the animation. I love these because they make this game feel even more alive than it already does, and it shows a clear food chain hierarchy between the monsters. So, like, if two monsters damage each other, that means they're on even ground. If one monster damages another one without the other one damaging that one, that means that the one who did damage is the one who is higher in the food chain. There's one exception to this turf war, but that's not until way later, so I won't explain it now. I will provide a link below to every single turf war in the game, but beware, it contains spoilers, so click at your own risk. But that's it for turf wars.
Monsters are fighting each other? Maybe we can use this to our advantage.
So yeah, as I mentioned in the voiceover, when monsters have a genuine hatred for each other, either they'll damage each other, or they'll actually, one will do damage to the other, showing a sort of food chain. But yeah, the main idea with this is that, obviously, the reason I was mentioning in the earlier fights to take advantage of these turf wars is because they do damage, right? And so, when I was mentioning that Baroth gets into a fight with a fishy monster, this is the monster. So turf wars essentially happen across monster species. Not every single monster in the game really has a turf war per se, I think, but most of them do. If not, like, man, there's got to be like just a couple here and there that don't really have one. But to my knowledge, pretty much most monsters do. So take advantage of that. I believe again you have to be in combat with the monsters for like both of them. To get them to both fight each other. But yeah, let me finish up this hunt, and I will see you guys on the other side. Alrighty, folks, it's time to deposit our items and get to, wait, what? Oh, whoops, no, that's not what I meant. Change equipment. Not change equipment, what am I doing, man? Go here, do this loadout, and we'll you know what? It's okay, that I'm screwing up right now. We'll just, deposit these, and deposit these. And this will be my new item set. So we'll go here, here, nope, here. Goodness me. I don't know why my muscle memory is fading from me. The other thing we'll do is we will go here and we will change to the Gyrototus Mudslide Blade that we just made so that we can go fight and take care of this Tobi-Kadachi. Now, I don't think this is a monster we've actually seen, so I wonder what we're gonna end up fighting here. So go in here, go to the canteen. Also, as I've grabbed null berries, make sure to actually bring those. Those are definitely very, very helpful in this fight. So, we're going to go ahead and eat here. Is there? No, that's the best one we got. Alright. Get this going. Alright, Mrs. Handler.
Oh, yeah.
If we hunt Tobi-Kadachi, we can supply all our hunters with specialized tools like that ghillie mantle, as well as some other very cool mechanics, and one specific very cool mechanic that we'll get into. It'll make life out in the field much easier. The more toys, tools, whatever, the better. You can take it for a spin when we go out on our next hunt. I'm sure it'll be useful, but you gotta get used to it first. Alright, so let's go on this assigned quest and take care of this Tobi-Kadachi. Make it one player. And we'll actually go to the northeast camp. Let's head out. Yes, I will also upgrade my Palico armor going into next episode, actually. I'll definitely be playing some, and I will be upgrading this guy's armor. Probably in between episodes, I'm not really going to worry. Or I might just upgrade it in the middle of an episode, I'm not exactly sure yet. The Chief Botanist, funnily enough, becomes...
In order to use one of your specialized tools, you'll need to equip it from the item box.
So yeah, here.
Just like any regular item. but their effects only last for a limited amount of time.
Yes.
If the tool you're using stops working, don't worry. It'll recharge after a while.
Yeah, so when it comes to mantles, when you throw them on, you'll notice that essentially there's a bar. The whole icon itself is a loading bar, and essentially the lower and lower it goes, that means the amount of time that you have to use it is decreasing. So this ghillie mantle just allows you to be, very much camouflage. It's supposed to, the idea is you blend in with the environment, kind of like those military, like they're hiding in bushes type pieces of clothing, right? And so when it comes to mantles, you will, and when it comes to any mantle, as you get hit, the time that it will last will go down further and further and further. So just be wary of that, and over time it will charge up again. It just takes, I'm not exactly sure the time limit it takes for mantles to recharge, but sorry for that really awful explanation of how mantles work. Just an absolute, brain fart for me today. I'm not exactly sure why. But yeah, let's keep following these footprints and see what we have going for us here. Follow up this way. Ooh, got more footprints here. Make sure to grab those. A little more here. Make sure to grab those. Looks like it's leading us up to this little nest right here. Electric squirrel reptile thingy. Say hi to the Tobi-Kadachi, a monster before the Anjanath that really isn't all that difficult. So this guy's weak to water. The Jaggers and the Gyrototus weapons work here. He's neutral to fire and ice, and he resists dragon and thunder. There's nothing to cut or chop off, but the head as well as the tail are the weakest points and are breakable. He's very, very fast. Some would say lightning fast. Yeah, it's not really a good joke. But this guy can inflict a new status called Thunderblade. So essentially this guy doesn't have any way to create electricity. He just conducts it with this fur, and essentially that inflicts Thunderblade when he attacks you with essentially charged body parts, right? And so when it comes to Thunderblight, essentially this is a status that makes you more susceptible to getting stunned. So it would take pretty, decent amount of hits to actually get you stunned in succession. This time it'll only take you like 1 or 2 good hard hits and you'll be stunned. So be careful, because this guy can be dangerous if you get wombo comboed over and over again, and obviously him being very quick can also add on to this because he has a lot of quick attacks. The other attacks this guy has is that he'll climb high places like trees, like in the cutscene, and he'll dive bomb you like a flying squirrel, and he'll use his tail a lot. Be careful of that tail. It's got a pretty wide hitbox. In his rage mode, all of his fur will stand up, and he gets very aggressive, so he becomes even faster. He fully charges up with electricity, so be careful of that. And again, like I said, he's really not that bad despite all of the explanation I'm giving you. Just try to be patient and don't get womboed over and over again, because once you start to hit this guy, he gets tired very easily. So don't be afraid to just, full send and start to hit him. Null berries are a fantastic item to bring here to rid yourself of Thunderblight. Tobi-Kadachi, people. Alrighty, folks, enter the Tobi-Kadachi. At first, I thought, when I first played this game, I thought it was a snake, but no, it's like a flying squirrel thingy, pooper. See, you can see it climbs the trees and such.
Blade has 2 forms, sword and axe. Store up energy in a file and release it through the axe.
Alright. But yeah, this is the main form of attack that it has, is just climbing the trees, which is where it takes advantage of it. I'm trying to get this guy to come down so I can actually, wall bang him. But there, now, I know that I said in the rage mode, I said in the rage mode is where that guy's fur stands up. Not necessarily. That was a little bit of misinformation for me, so I apologize for that. But anytime this guy can essentially charge himself up, so just be wary of that. Oh, there he is. Alright, let's hit him again, and then we'll send him into a wall. Alright, now we can start beating on this guy. Boom, 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 boom. I meant to charge him. I completely forgot. Do that, keep going. Alright, he's still not agitated, so I still... Ow!
You've been hit with
So we'll do this. Also, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. I know they intend for you to use it here, but it doesn't really matter. Wow! That's the first time I've ever been fainted in this Let's Play. Damn, I didn't think he'd hit that hard. Let me take some nutrients and get my health back up. That is very unfortunate, actually. I will cut to when I walk back to his nest here. Alrighty, folks, that's definitely my fault. I did not honestly think he would hit that hard, so I guess now that you've seen that, be wary of that. He actually does hit pretty hard. Alright, let me see, come on. I'm really annoyed that he did that now. But yeah, like when you get inflicted with Thunderblight, like I showed you, all you have to do is very easily just take a Null Berry and you'll be fine. Do this. Aw, man. Damn, man. I'm really trying. I'm going for it, man. I know you guys are probably screaming at me, don't do it anymore, but I'm committed. There you go. There. Now he's angry. Come on. Right. Oh, which way is he going? Let's see if we can get him with this. Boom! A lot of damage to him. Alright. Just stay away from him when he does that. Nice. You see what I'm saying, though? Once you start hitting this guy, he gets tired. Charge it up again. Ow. Take a Mega Potion here before I accidentally get knocked out again. Guess my sword is now plinking off. Alright, let's see if we can... Nice! Ooh, right in the face. Let's go. Nice. Watch, he does that attack twice. When he does that bite attack. Oh no, that's his most deadly attack. By far, his most deadly attack is that move. Oh no, I'm stunned. Oh no. Please heal me. Please heal me. Please heal me. Please heal me. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna jump down there. I'm absolutely okay with doing that just to get a little reset. Alrighty. I think he's gonna try and follow me, isn't he? Yeah. So let's see. Oh, there he is. Yep. Oh. Whoops. Nice dodge. Wait. We'll just do this then. Alright. Sit there. We're gonna go and sharpen then. I have no idea where he's gonna go. There's two areas I think he's gonna go to. There's one I plainly think he's gonna go to. I believe that's where he's headed. Yes, I know exactly where he's going. So we'll keep him going. Yeah, actually, I still don't think this guy's tough at all. Once you get good gear, this guy becomes a joke. It's just, I genuinely did not expect him to hit that hard at this point in the game. I'm so used to him not hitting that hard that I'm like, oh yeah, oh, we should be fine, right? So just, yeah, I did say in the voiceover to be wary of like getting stun locked. It's more also getting stun locked and then hit again, because even with your max health and everything like that, as you can see, I have, you know, arguably one of the strongest armor sets up until this point that's not the defender armor. So yeah, very, very important to just be on your toes, make sure you're paying attention. Let's see if we can actually, if this guy is not enraged, we'll wallbang him again, and then I'll see if I can mount him after that. There's a lot of mountable places. Those mushrooms you see, you can use those as mounting points very easily, so let's see. Nope, he predicted that. There's a lot of places you can smash this guy into the wall, so yep, very easily there. Is he almost dead? Yeah, he's already limping. Let's see if we can... There we go. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Sorry, I went silent there for a second. I was trying to piercing pod him so that I could jump on his back and mount him, and then maybe we can kill him even before he gets back to his nest. This guy also has a turf war with the dreaded Anjanath, so if you do end up fighting this guy long enough, I think you'll be able to run into an Anjanath. I'm not sure, but be wary of that, because in that turf war, let's just say that Tobi-Kadachi takes a fat L. And yeah, that attack finished him off. I was so happy. I was like in my head, I was like secretly hoping that it would finish him off. Let's go. Alright, despite the feint, yeah, this guy really isn't tough. I know that my feint is like, oh yeah, you said he wasn't tough and then you died to him. I'm just gonna say this right now, I'm definitely playing way worse than I actually would, just due to the fact that I'm actually recording, you know, that sort of, oh yeah, the Let's Play curse or whatever. Oh yeah, there's an Anjanath right there. So, yeah, if this guy ends up running into this guy, which I wouldn't be surprised if he does, he loses super hard to Anjanath. So if you are having trouble, try and lure him into an Anjanath and just poke the Anjanath so that you can get both in combat so that they can get their turf war, and then Anjanath will absolutely destroy Tobi-Kadachi. But that should also give you a fair understanding of what we're going to be going up against if that monster is that strong. Let's see if we... I know these are... Yeah, this guy's important to capture, actually. These Woodland Pteryx, they are very important to capture. They actually end up leading on the side quest that becomes important for you to get some really sick items. So I'll definitely point those out when we get the chance to actually complete those side quests. But yeah, Tobi-Kadachi, our first access to thunder weapons as well. Tobi-Kadachi is our first access to both mainly thunder-resistant armor as well as thunder-based weapons. So now, if you're trying to find better weapons to fight, you know, Puke and stuff like that, you can definitely come here. Also, as well, I believe that Gyarados' thunder weaknesses happen during the mud thing, right? So, definitely important stuff there. So, really cool. Oh, my dear Hunter, I could kiss you. You know, you do you, brother. That's not me, though. Thanks to you, all hunters will get to enjoy the benefits of our specialized tools. Ah, which reminds me, I planted an ancient tree seed, mostly out of curiosity, but believe it or not, this time it sprouted. They are quite peculiar in the way that they draw the surrounding life to grow, and perhaps a little fertilizer. I'll spare you the details. What I'm trying to get at is, are there items you use heavily? Perhaps I could leverage the tree's properties and a little fertilizer to grow more of what you need. Just ask and you shall receive. So, this becomes...
Come see me. I've got an urgent quest.
This becomes an extremely important and one of the best mechanics in the entire game. Welcome, folks, to Botanical Research. The Chief Botanist, despite maybe not looking like an important NPC, he's one of the best NPCs in the entire freaking game. Happy to see you around. Happy to see you around these parts. You've seen our ancient tree before, haven't you? Just when I thought it was a little sprout, it grew into this giant tree in the blink of an eye, and now we're ready for a little research. You want to get your hands on more items, right? We use the ancient tree to help us cultivate even more items for you to use. What was it you needed again? So, the lead botanist, despite, again, how trivial this may look, is one of the best mechanics in the game for getting crafting materials. As his name implies, he is the lead on all things plant-related, meaning he can grow many different crafting materials for you. This is extremely useful as the time to grow things is just between quests. All you have to do is pick from his list of materials here. So, as you can see, we can grow herbs, blue mushrooms, honey, bitterbugs, needleberries, and then they sort them by the types of items that you can grow, right? Although there is only one slot, as you can see currently, so let me select, I'm actually going to cultivate probably maybe some blue mushrooms. Although there's only one slot to grow things, as you progress through the game, you will unlock more items to cultivate as well as slots to grow things. So the number one, you can see that's one slot. There will be 3 slots in total, as well as your harvest box, as you can see there on the right, will grow all the way up to, I believe, 30. So, although this takes time, once you are able to fully utilize the full power of the botanist, you'll be very thankful that you don't have to like go out and do some crazy amounts of like crafting material runs throughout areas. Although you can perfectly do that. That's perfectly fine if you really want to spam and try and get as many materials as possible. But you can just grow them instead. It's extremely useful. Now there's certain items you can't grow and cultivate, but at the end of the day, pretty much 90% of the items that you'll need, you'll be able to grow and get here. So don't worry about that. Really amazing, an absolutely amazing mechanic that this game has, and an awesome NPC. The other thing that you're going to want to do is fertilize here. So fertilizer, so as you can see, fertilizer as via the description, so we can see here this grows a large quantity of plants. Mushroom substrate is for obviously growing mushrooms, and then summoner jelly, as you can see, bait with an odor that insects love. So if you're cultivating insects, this is a great thing to have. So again, you're going to want to fertilize, because as you can see, that adds the +2. So that means for every, I believe, quest that you complete, you will get 2 extra blue mushrooms per quest that you complete. And then once the harvest box is actually full of items, the screen will notify, it'll notify you on the right side of the screen that your harvest box is actually full, so that you can go and collect the items that you were cultivating. So we're going to use the fertilizer, and we're going to go here and we're going to grow some blue mushrooms in between quests, and then we'll just pick them up at the end of those quests. So I was really happy that I was able to show that off in this episode as well. So I think after showing off what a turf war was, getting a new weapon in the Gyrototus Charge Blade, in addition to being able to take on the new Tobi-Kadachi monster, I think that is a great place to end off the episode, guys. So I thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And in the next episode, we are finally and more than likely going to be taking on the dreaded Anjanath. So once again, I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, and to catch you on the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives.